Have you ever looked at someone and instantly felt like you knew them? You couldn't explain it. You just sensed something. They were confident, or maybe insecure, calm, warm, or a bit too intense. That's not your imagination. It's your brain reading their face. In milliseconds, because whether we realize it or not, the human face is the most honest storyteller we have. And in this episode, we're diving deep into how facial features actually reveal your personality, and how tools like FOQUS AI are turning those traits into real-world insight for business, leadership, and hiring. Let's begin with a truth that's both beautiful and powerful. Your face is a map of your mind. Every experience you've had, every emotion you've repeated, every habit you've practiced has been etched subtly into the muscles and bones of your face. Your face doesn't just show who you are today, it shows how you became who you are. Let's break this down. Psychologists, behavioral scientists, and even ancient philosophers believed that different regions of the face correspond to different aspects of personality, and modern neuroscience has backed it up. Here's how it works. The forehead is linked to cognitive processing. Eyebrows signal mental energy and confidence. The eyes reflect emotional openness or guardedness. The cheekbones show drive and dominance. Lips and mouth reflect communication and emotional expression. The jawline and chin reveal resilience, control, and determination. When FOQUS AI scans a face, it doesn't just see skin and bone. It sees behavior patterns. It reads what we've practiced emotionally over years. Let's explore each zone. We begin with the forehead. A wide forehead is often a sign of strong analytical ability. People with this feature tend to process information deeply and are great at strategy. A narrow forehead can suggest fast action takers, people who lead with instinct more than analysis. Then there's the eyebrows. Thick, straight eyebrows often show decisiveness. Arched, well-shaped brows suggest expressive communicators. If someone has uneven or mismatched eyebrows, it can sometimes indicate internal conflict or adaptability to diverse roles. Now, to the eyes. They say eyes are the windows to the soul, and they're not wrong. Large, rounded eyes often indicate emotional openness. These are the people who empathize quickly, feel deeply, and often connect easily. Smaller or more deep-set eyes suggest focus, analysis, and emotional regulation. Spacing between the eyes matters too. Wide-set eyes usually belong to big-picture thinkers. Close-set eyes can suggest attention to detail, and sometimes perfectionism. Then we reach the nose. The bridge and tip of the nose are indicators of ego strength, confidence, and control. A longer nose often appears in people who prefer structure, planning, and executive roles. A shorter, upturned nose? You'll often find this in more spontaneous, emotionally driven personalities. Now, to the cheekbones. High, defined cheekbones often point to natural leadership and a desire to stand out. Lower or softer cheekbones can reflect humility, collaboration, and adaptability. Let's talk about the mouth. This is one of the most expressive areas and incredibly revealing. People with fuller lips tend to be generous communicators. They speak with emotion and are often relationship-driven. Thin-lipped individuals can be more guarded, practical, or emotionally reserved. Downturned lips and a resting face may signal emotional suppression. Upturned lips suggest optimism and outward positivity. Then there's the jawline. A strong, square jawline is often associated with willpower, endurance, and confrontation resilience. A narrow jawline, or soft chin? You may be looking at someone more agreeable, passive, or emotionally fluid. This doesn't mean one is better than the other. Each trait has its place in leadership, teamwork, or communication. The key is to match the person to the position. Now let's talk about facial symmetry. While perfect symmetry is rare, the balance between left and right features often reflects internal balance, or contrast between personal and professional behaviors. Ever notice how some people look different in photos versus real life? That's often because one side of the face reflects their private self and the other their professional self. This is exactly what FOQUS AI interprets and visualizes for business use. And what about micro-expressions? These are fleeting expressions, as quick as 1/25 of a second. A flash of fear, a a spark of joy, a twitch of contempt. They're often subconscious, but they're real, and FOQUS captures them. When analyzed, these subtle movements help us predict behavior in high-pressure situations. Someone may smile confidently during an interview, but a split-second flash of lip tension reveals inner self-doubt. Focus doesn't ignore that. It captures it and presents it in a format decision-makers can actually use. So what does all of this mean for HR, hiring, and leadership? It means you now have a new lens, one that's not based on guesswork or bias, but grounded in behavioral science and observable patterns. It means you can understand people faster, coach them better, place them where they'll thrive, not just survive. Imagine scanning your leadership team and finally understanding why one person excels under pressure while another collapses. Imagine hiring a sales manager and already knowing if they're empathetic, assertive, or emotionally volatile before they start. That's what this is about. It's not about judging people. It's about understanding them, not at face value, but at face depth. At FOQUS AI, we've taken these concepts and built them into a tool that's not only powerful, but accessible. With a simple upload, you receive a full behavioral profile, complete with leadership potential, stress map, communication style, and a confidence score. It's like giving your team X-ray glasses for emotional intelligence, but ethical, respectful, transparent. Because remember, the face doesn't lie. It simply tells the story of how we've lived, adapted, and become who we are. And in business, stories matter. So here's what you can do right now. Visit FOQUS AI, calm, upload your photo, try it for yourself. Then run it for your team, your candidates, your future leaders. Because the answers you've been searching for in interviews, resumes, and performance reviews, they might just be written in the face. And now you have the tool to read them. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit that like button. Subscribe for episode 3, where we'll show you how to use facial profiling to build a winning team from scratch. And don't forget to share this with your HR team or leadership network. Because the future of hiring is not just in skill sets, it's in faces. With FOQUS AI, you're ready to read them the right way.